Luxury Auto One welcomes you back to another jaw-dropping story that has taken the entertainment world by storm. Tonight we explore a shocking and unforgettable clash between Prince Harry and late-night host Stephen Colbert, a clash so intense that it ended with Harry being kicked off the stage in front of millions. What started as a light-hearted late-night interview turned into a full-blown argument that stunned audiences, left producers scrambling, and generated headlines around the world. This is the story of how Prince Harry was kicked off Stephen Colbert's show after an explosive argument that no one could have predicted. The build-up to this interview was enormous. Prince Harry had been making the rounds promoting his memoir, his Netflix projects, and his new life in America alongside Meghan Markle. Every appearance he made drew headlines, and Colbert's show promised to be no different. Stephen Colbert, known for his razor-sharp wit and playful but cutting humor, was expected to bring out Harry's lighter side, poking fun at the royal family in a way only late-night television can. The producers teased the episode as a chance to see the Duke of Sussex in a more relaxed, comedic setting, but what was meant to be laughter quickly descended into tension. The evening began with the usual fanfare. Harry walked onto the stage, smiling and waving to the audience, who applauded warmly. He shook hands with Colbert, took his seat, and the two exchanged polite greetings. At first, things went smoothly. They joked about cultural differences between Britain and America, Harry's adjustment to California life, and his experiences as a father. Colbert kept the tone playful, tossing in jokes about royal traditions and asking whether Harry missed wearing a crown. Harry laughed politely, though his laughter seemed forced at times. Then the conversation shifted. Colbert, in his signature style, began mixing humor with pointed questions. He asked Harry about his memoir and the critical details it revealed about his family. He joked, "You know, Harry, usually when people write tell-all books, they wait until everyone else in the family is gone. You decided to get ahead of the queue." The audience laughed, but Harry's face tightened. Harry replied curtly, "It's not about timing, it's about truth." Colbert, sensing the tension but leaning into it for comedic effect, quipped, "But don't you think some truths might have been better left at Buckingham Palace instead of in bookstores?" The audience chuckled, but Harry didn't. He frowned, leaned forward, and responded in a sharp tone. "The truth isn't always comfortable, Stephen, but it's necessary." That's when the mood began to shift. The back and forth escalated, with Colbert trying to keep it funny and Harry growing increasingly defensive. Colbert asked, "You've asked for privacy, but you've done interviews, a book, a Netflix series, so doesn't that make you the busiest private person in history?" The crowd erupted in laughter, but Harry snapped back, "That's the same tired line the media uses. Speaking out about injustice and trauma isn't seeking attention, it's survival." The audience fell silent at the sudden seriousness. Colbert, always quick with a comeback, tried to lighten the mood again. "Sure, but usually survival doesn't come with a Netflix contract." The crowd laughed nervously, but Harry was visibly angry now. He replied sharply, "You think this is funny? You think it's a joke? My family and I were targeted, lied about, and attacked. And when I defend myself, people like you turn it into late-night entertainment." The room's energy shifted dramatically. The laughter died, and an awkward silence filled the space. Colbert, now less playful and more pointed, said, "Harry, this is late-night television. We joke, we laugh, we talk about serious things too. But if you wanted a solemn interview, maybe you came to the wrong place." That line hit hard. Harry bristled, his tone rising. "Maybe I did, because what I see here is the same problem I've seen everywhere, people more interested in jokes than in truth. I won't sit here while my pain is turned into a punchline." Colbert, visibly irritated now, leaned back in his chair and said, "Then maybe you shouldn't be on a comedy show if you can't take a joke." The audience gasped. Harry's expression turned stormy. He stood up, pulled off his microphone, and declared, "I'm not going to sit here and be mocked." Colbert, keeping his composure but clearly frustrated, gestured toward the exit and said, "Then I think we're done here." What followed was one of the most shocking live TV moments of the decade. Prince Harry turned, muttered something under his breath, and walked off the stage as the audience sat in stunned silence. Colbert, attempting to regain control, turned to the cameras and quipped, "Well, that went better in rehearsal." The audience gave a nervous laugh, but the tension was undeniable. The broadcast quickly cut to a commercial break. When it returned, Colbert continued the show without Harry, joking lightly about having an empty chair for royalty. But the internet had already exploded. Within minutes, clips of the clash went viral on social media. Hashtags like #Harry storms off, #Colbert clash, and #Royal meltdown trended worldwide. Viewers were divided. Some supported Harry, saying he was right to stand up for himself against Colbert's mockery. Others argued,